Do you ever feel like no matter how much money you make, it's never enough? I pretty much felt that way my entire adult life. Hi, I'm Jason Brown, and that's the main reason why I wrote this book, a how-to book on personal finance titled Margin Matters: How to Live on a Simple Budget and Crush Debt Forever. This book chronicles my two debt-free stories. I have a one debt-free story when I was single and I paid off $13,500 of credit card debt in 13 months. And then my second debt-free story is when I got married and my wife had $60,000 of student loan debt, as well as some other consumer debt and a car loan that we worked very hard to pay off. So this book chronicles those stories, as well as many other stories of other unique individuals who share their personal financial journeys as well, which I'll tell you about in just in a second. But first, I want to tell you a little bit more about the content of the book. So, like I said, it has our personal stories, but then it goes into a lot of the spending myths. There's a chapter on different tips and strategies on how to spend money. What are some of the myths that society and culture tell us that just simply aren't true? That's covered in the book, as well as debt. There's a chapter on debt, and really debt is not the problem. Debt is just a symptom of the problem. The problem is your mindset, how you view money, how you frame money in your mind, how you frame debt. That's the core issue, not the debt itself. So when you start thinking about money differently, when you start learning about budgeting, which that's a chapter in the book, learning how to create a simple budget. People hate the word budget. My mom always says, I hate budgeting because it's so constrictive, and it kind of feels like it's a money jail. It's like you're putting your money in a jail and you're not letting it out. And again, that's where you change your mindset and you flip that narrative and you decide that a budget is actually freedom for your money. It's actually telling your money where you want it to go, as opposed to the money telling you where it's going to go. Budget gives you control. It allows you to control the money and not the money to control you. That's the purpose of a budget. And of course, there's a chapter about saving. Once upon a time, our country had a savings rate of probably 20%, meaning each individual saved around 20% of their income. Now it hovers around 4 to 5%. So what's changed? Why is that? Why can't people save money anymore? Why is it so difficult? There's a lot of reasons for that. So the book explores that. Very fascinating how that's changed over the years. And of course, like I said, there's so many individual interviews with different people from different walks of life who share their personal journeys with money. And I just want to tell you a couple of them real quick. One of them is with a young man who decided to invest in Apple stock at age 12. He used his entire life savings to buy Apple stock when it was $10 a share. And as they say, the rest is history. When he was a teenager, he almost became a millionaire because of that decision. So that story is in the book. I also have a story about a young married couple. They have a young child, actually have 2 kids now. They went into over $400,000 of student loan debt combined with the two of them. And they actually were able to pay that off in 4 years, which is just mind-blowing. So that story is in there. How they got into that much student loan debt, and then how they paid it off. And then I have another story of a friend of mine who grew up in a third world country, was basically had a rough childhood, got arrested about a dozen times, did jail time, had a criminal record, and somehow transformed his life and is now a lawyer in Florida and Georgia. But along the way, he accrued over $300,000 of student loan debt by going to a private law school. So his story is chronicled in the book as well. It's a tremendous story. So the book is really about, the mantra of the book is that it's not the amount of money you make, but the margin that matters the most. So I hope that you'll read the book. I hope that you'll learn something from it. And let me know what you think. Write me an Amazon review. I would truly appreciate that. I read all the reviews and I really appreciate the feedback that people give. This book has been very well received. It's helped a lot of people. It's been very flattering to hear stories from people who have read it. So I hope it helps you too. I hope you can take something away from it, learn something from it. You'll share it with your family and friends who might also need some tips and strategies on how to manage their money. So this is Jason Brown saying thanks so much for your support. I hope you enjoy the book.